Good morning. I look disheveled. I haven't even brushed my hair today. It's okay. I haven't even redone my clip. This is me in all my morning glory. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I don't give a fuck, no, I don't give a fuck, and you can... That wasn't going to be nice to say so early. Let me refrain myself. I don't know how today's going to go. My cramps are fucking horrendous. My cramps are horrendous, y'all. Ugh, I just can't today. Y'all, have I ever said being a woman sucks? If I haven't already, being a woman sucks. Sure as hell does. Men, you got it easy. That's all I want to say. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I want a penis. I'll give you my ovaries and my vagina for a penis. My fallopian tubes, my eggs, my labia. You can have it. I'm tired of her. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired. Tired. That's right. Men, honor thy woman. Not only for everything she puts up with, honor her for thy pain and misery that being a woman causes. Perimenopause sucks. Your woman is miserable. She is unhappy, she's hurting, and she's not mentally stable at moments. It can turn on a dime. Steven, just one day. But I need to see pictures before I take away your penis. Because I want a good one. Hi, Mary. I don't want no dicky-doo, no push-up. I don't want one with the turtleneck. If I'm gonna have a penis, I want a well-endowed one. I want a nice looking one, and I don't want big balls. Don't want them. So, if you're all willing to give it to me, I need to pick the right one for my stature. That's right. I need a big one to match my hands. All right. Now that we got that settled, Steven already said he's not sharing. That's rude. And you say you're a friend and a loyal follower. Loyal followers will give me a penis for a day. What if what if we were able to just randomly switch body parts? You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want that one. Next one. Oh, that's a maybe. Ooh, how does that one? That looks nice. Hi, Dee. What's the first word you heard? You heard when you joined? Penis. Well, this is going to be a good one. No, Jared, I was just saying how it sucks to be a woman. Men, I'd be willing to share the womanhood to them so they can experience life as a fucking woman. You know, everybody... But his thing is long gone. He did the surgery. I'm very fascinated by the whole sex change thing. I'm very fascinated by that. I think it's kind of cool. In my 20s. Jane, I have a feeling that's where I'm going. I have a feeling that it's going to be... I want a packer. I have a feeling it's going to be endometriosis just because my mom had it. I want a penis. I want to get rid of all my goods. So if you want to switch for anybody transitioning, I'll give you mine if you give me yours. Maybe. I just need to look at it before. Because I don't want a push pop. Nobody wants a push pop. No. I don't want to even look at it, let alone have one. And I know some people have push pops, and that's okay too. But if I'm borrowing a penis, I don't want one. You didn't offend me, Stephen. I'm looking for a penis. That's it. Just like a Mr. Potato Head. I am not in the mood for my woes of perimenopause. Who is willing? I'll take that as a yes. What? Squirrel. Skirt, skirt. What am I yesing? A penis? A hysterectomy? A who? I don't want no penis to use it. I want to replace my body parts like a new transmission. I want a new transmission. I want a new inside. I want to be rebuilt. Yes, I have to be. No more bleeding. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We share pieces. And there are men, aka women too, who want to go through the change. So what if we could invent, right? What if we can invent switching out the parts of real life parts? You take mine, I'll take yours, right? Makes the whole transitioning period so much easier. I don't know. I'm tired. You know, I'm tired of being a perimenopausal woman. I'm tired of this hot flash that I'm having all morning long because Dan turns off my whole house fan because I want to freeze to death. That's nuts. I don't want no big balls though, Sean Dog. So if you got the big balls, I don't want them. Shit. I'm sweating already. Then I would have a one-track mind. Well, I'd love to shove it up Dan's ass. Is that too graphic? Hey, baby. What you thinking today? Bend over. Assume your stance. It'll just be quick. I don't need no foreplay. No, I don't. All I saw is that a yes. Ugh. Hello. I don't see anything. All I saw is that a yes. That's it. There's no other comment. A push bop. No. No push bop for me. Nope. So I'm spritzing right now. I'm running and I'm having a hot flash. Yeah. So I'm quite miserable. My legs are sticking together. My thighs are touching. I need some Glide for that shit. Hi, Terry. Grandpa's sitting at the table for all of you people. Grandpa's not on in the mornings, so don't ask where he's at because he never presents himself. Nor do we. He's sitting at the table, he's eating, and he's drinking his coffee. We woke him up this morning. We woke him up because it was just getting late and I needed to run, Dan needed to walk, so we woke his ass up. A little payback. Wake up! Wake up! Do you have the sweat beads on your upper lip? No, but it feels like my whole torso is on fire. I don't really sweat like that, but my face is hot. Everything is horrible. Not fun. And my cramps. Y'all, I never had cramps when I was 16 or any other age up until now. This year. This last 6 months of life. Yeah, so I turned my fan on. Yeah, I turned it on. It's on right here. I'm dying though. But yeah, my upper lip feels wet a little bit. So maybe I do have the sweat beads on the upper lip. This one's always sweating. But this one never sweats. It's starting to though. Yay. Another perimenopause. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, so, yay me. So today for me is, I don't know you guys, I'm just so lazy. I am so lazy. I'm so lazy. The time change, I already feel it brewing. We already discussed that November 2nd or 3rd is the time change. I know. I feel it. It's like I'm in tune with Mother Nature, or Mother Nature's in tune with me. It's like the perimenopausal woman, right? I'm ready to go to bed early. I'm ready to call it a night. I'm just ready. I'm ready for people to leave me alone. Just like Mother Nature. The bitch is pissed. She's pissed about the way y'all have been treating her, right? She sounds like an overworked mother, wife. She's pissed. Y'all should have treated her better. All the shit, the pesticides, the chemicals, the trash, the pollution, everything. Mismanagement of thy house of thy woman. Now, everybody who is in the house of thy woman should have a little bit more respect for her. We just saw what Milton did. Do you want to live with a Milton? Because I'm ready to go Milton on everybody's ass. I sure as hell am. I'm ready to rip off the roof. I'm ready to destroy the inside of the house. I'm ready to throw and blow people out of it, right? It's really, hi Brown, I'm coming into Nashville next week for a quickie. Yeah, I love quickies, in and out. Although I probably won't like it in Nashville because I'll want to stay with my family longer. But Stephen, it's just part of being a woman. Speaking of woman, today is the day of thy woman. Today is the day of us. The overworked, tired, perimenopausal. Some of you are not, but this is what you get to look forward to. Milton for 6 days. Shit, Jane. Y'all remember tapping is clapping. Thumbs up is always important. If you love your girl and you want her day to be better, put in the work. Thank you. Hi, Maria. Oh, it's rising. But you know what, Maria, we're due for a, you're the one close to me, right? We're due for a cool down starting tomorrow. I wish, Epic, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to even see my brothers. You know, they're gonna have to trap me or something. I finally caught on medication. Oh, good. Well, I'll try. We'll see what happens next Wednesday. Oh, Mother Nature is sick of us, yes. So it was nice. I slept with a sweatshirt on last night. I had 3 fans on me. I had my window open, and it was perfect. Hi, Lee. Yeah, to 80. But yeah, 80, I'm tired of this 80-degree weather. I want to be in the 70s. Bye, Stephen. Have a good one. I want to be in the 70s. 70s are perfect. Mid to low 70s. God, I love it. Give me more. You know, to where you're like, do I need a sweatshirt? Or do I not? Okay, I was in so much pain last night with my cramps. I was so tired. I hit a wall. And I was just so comfy because of hot flashes, crop tops. It's snowing in Ontario? What? No, it's not supposed to yet. What the hell? Oh. Anyway, I introduced y'all on TikTok to Betsy. So my main page, I'm selling Betsy. And then on my Mrs. D Cell NorCal 3 page, I introduced her to you. So she is loud and proud. And no, I have not cleaned her, right? I've not cleaned her off since I unpackaged her because I'm trying to hide behind the dust. God, it's snowing too, Jaron, in your country? Holy shit, I'm jealous. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, if it was raining or if it was snowing, I'd take off my clothes and go sit in the snow or the rain. That's how hot I am right now. Our new normal never stays though. Yeah, but it's still pretty, you know, and then in a couple months you'll be tired of it. I bet it is, Jaron. I bet it is. Anyhow, remember, tapping is clapping. TikTok, we are in a lull. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. Get us out there. YouTube, you know the drill. Come on. 60 degrees back to 100. And move back. Yeah. Thanks, Elizabeth. On scalp and move down. Really? No, like my body just starts from the waist up. My shoulder is better. Every day is better, little by little. Hi, Marty, how are you? In your 50s, yeah, I would never wear a crop top anymore. No, it's just not cute anymore. You know, last year, I could get away with a crop top. I should have been thankful back then, realizing how nice my belly was. And see, I was still hard on myself then. Today, no crop tops. Nope. I don't even like to wear tank tops anymore because my arms have gotten bigger. I am not well, right? I'm not well. Perimenopause is not only giving me hot flashes, dry skin, itchy skin, hair loss, eyebrow loss, what else? Back pain, neck pain, frozen shoulder, all the above. I'm over it. I'm over it. Oh, I don't feel like I do. And I'm just in a slump. I'm so lazy in the morning time, but it comes with this time change. Summertime, we're all pepped up. We're all happed up. We want flowers in our flower beds. We want our yards to look good just in case we entertain. We like to look, the aesthetics. Fall, time to get the winter body. Now, I don't need any more winter body on top of them perimenopausal body. Now, if I gain winter body on top of this, we in trouble. We are in trouble because my legs are already stuck together right now running. I don't like that. Makes me uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. Do you hear me? My gyno's next week. I believe Wednesday is doomsday for the biopsy. Yeah. The snip with no drugs. The snip, wide awake. Oh, this will just hurt for a second. Yeah. And then I'll have an aching vagina the rest of the day. And probably bleeding, right? Friday I go in for my hormone testing. So I might get up early, do a live, go get my testing done before it gets too busy, and then, you know, come back and finish my day off. So, yeah, whatever. I'm over it. Totally, completely over the bullshit. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We have to keep trudging. We have to keep moving. Oh, and then tax day. Yeah, today's tax day. Yeah, so haven't gotten that bill yet. And then Dan lectures me, right? Lectures me. Well, you know, I don't want to work just to pay taxes and bills. We need to work and save, right? We need to work and save. Do you want to take over? Because I don't see how that is possible right now. We are working to live and pay taxes. Especially with the rental shit. Now, if we had the rental shit, not a problem, right? Then we would have more money and more security. That was savings, you know? So here's the thing. Speaking of the rental, somebody commented yesterday, and started bitching at me because I'm bragging. She says, talking about my rental, my Porsche, and my money, all I do is brag. I don't talk about money. I talk about having to spend all my money to fix things like a rental. I don't, to me, think that's bragging. Is that bragging? When people ask me questions about my house and I tell them the truth, people have asked, is your house paid off? Yes, it's paid off. So people be saying I'm bragging. No, I'm not bragging. I'm just being truthful about my life and what's happening right now. My Porsche, I don't brag about that. It's 20 fucking years old and it's a pain in my ass. My husband bought it when it was 4 years old and it had under 4,000 miles on it. His only dream in the world, right? His only dream in the world. And I just told him the other day that I might pop his cherry and trade it in and get something reliable, because that's also expensive. To me, that's not bragging. To me, that's crying. That's crying. That's saying, God, things would have been so much better had I not had my rental and my fucking Porsche. Not bragging. Now, if I had a brand new Porsche, right, and I'm like, hey bitches, check me out, you know, maybe you can say I'm bragging. But most of you would be like, hey, that's really cool. You worked so hard and you bought that yourself? Right on, bitch. High five. Yeah, bragging. You guys need to learn the definitions of bragging and crying. Bragging and crying. Now, yes, very fortunate to have the money to pay for it. But now there's nothing left. Is that bragging? I'm bragging and I have no money left? Shit. Isn't that a normal venting? I'm broke. Top ramen, here I come. Fucking kids' cars better stay afloat. No money for additional shit. I got a roof I gotta have done. More money. Property taxes. More money. Where does it come from? Eventually, the bank dries up, right? I'm being honest. Bragging would make me like just talk about how everything is perfect. I have no debt. I have no worries, right? I'm not stressed financially. No, everything's fine. I have the perfect marriage. Oh, fuck, Lisa. I have the perfect marriage. I love my father-in-law. He's easy. I don't know what you guys are talking about, saying it's so hard. What is wrong with you? Y'all who caregive, this is the easiest job on the planet. Oh, God, I'm perfect. My husband's perfect. My cars are perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. God, you guys are horrible. What is wrong with you? Okay, well, Jane, if you find the specific species of money trees, let me know before you announce it, because I need a couple. Everything's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything, my bills are paid. They are, but I'm broke. Oh, I'm not broke. I'm fine. I have all the love in the world to keep me afloat. Did you know that if you think hard enough and love long and deep, it can take care of all your problems? Did you know caregiving's the best job in the world? I don't know. You don't want to choke. Why would you want to choke your husband, Allie? Everything's fine, girl. It's just a reflection of you. Learn to be happy with yourself, girl. And maybe love will find you too. Maybe you will just be happy like me. My grass is perfect. My pets are perfect. My body, it may not be perfect, but you know what? It's perfect for me. God, I love perimenopause. It makes me realize how lucky I am to be alive. Yeah, it reminds me that I'm still kicking, I'm still thriving, and I am too happy. I love my pets. I love Coda's allergies. I sure do. I love her dirty vulva that I have to watch in case she pees all over the place. Gotta love it. I love anything that is headed my way. I love all the haters. I love all the trolls. God, their words of kindness and love fill me up. God, show me all the love in the world. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Hate? I don't see any hate in the world. All I see is people struggling to survive. I love when Coda runs away. It reminds me how lucky I am to have her when she's inside my house, acting like a good girl. You know what I mean? I love when I get surprise bills of $3,000 of a bill that hadn't been paid at the office. It just shows me how fortunate I am to have the money to pay for it right now. May not be next month when I have another bill, but maybe I can hope and pray with all the love I have, and money will just randomly appear, because everything, friends, everything works out. Everything works out for you. You too can be like me if you put the time in, the work in, and change your attitude to peace, love, and happiness. That's it. Everything's fine and everything's perfect. Now, I don't want to hear any of you caregivers anymore bitching, because that is a falsity. Everything is perfect. I think I like a few blessings. Me too. Fucking tired of all the fucking blessings I get every day. I'm spitting. Fucking blessings, my ass. Fucking reality, people. Get over it. I ain't bragging about shit. I got bills after bills. I got issues after issues. They said they come in threes. This is fucking coming in 30s. 30s. Fun isn't gonna stop. Sorry, kids. No holidays this year. We had to build a new carport. Yeah. We had to get a new water heater. We had to get a new roof. We had to pay bills at your dad's office because, well, it closed down and nobody's paying them. My sensor's going haywire in the sous vide, but I bet that's bragging too. Yeah. It's going cuckoo. It just decides it wants to put on the brake signal, all the alert signals, the oil signals, the radio goes in and out. Yeah, that's great. Yep. I got a Porsche who can't make up its mind. Does it want to have an engine problem or does it not? Right? Fucking cost me $6 a gallon to fill her up. Why the fuck do we have her? Dan, I hope we save. We have retirement. I'm not gonna be here one day. And what you gonna do? What's who gonna do? I'm selling your body. The minute you drop dead, somebody will take you and stuff you. Big time money. Shit. Do you see all this shit I got? I cannot handle doctor's appointments, fucking co-pays up my ass. Everybody's got a problem. Hannah's now got a tooth problem. She found a new dentist in San Diego. That's gonna cost me again. What the hell's wrong with you people? Bragging. Kiss my ass. There is no bragging. It's like everybody else. Living paycheck to paycheck and hoping that we have enough money left over for fucking retirement. What's that anyway? Tell me. Could you imagine? Dan just died. Anybody want to stuff him? Right? Anybody want to pay $1 million going once? We have people. Yeah, we have people that can stuff them and make them look good. You can take them along for rides. Do you have A carpool lane. He's a great carpool lane driver. Weekend with Danny. We'll run him out for the weekends, right? Hey, y'all, that D-Cell NorCal. He's my friend. We have him for the weekend. Yeah. He's great. He's not talking right now. His wife put him on the gag order, so he's just hanging out. She rents him out to the locals. Yep, to help pay her bills. Sure does. And people love it. They're eating him up. Yeah. And there's a little button. So if people want to have sex with him, you just press the button and it pops out. I tell you, he's hard. Really hard. No mushiness, everything's great. Yeah, you can even have sex with him. Did I say that? Yeah, but that's extra. That's extra. There is a camera embedded in his pubic region. So if you say you don't want the sex, well, and if you cheat and press the button, it's locked and you will be fined. You will be fined. You will be, maybe that's what we should do. You will be fined if you take off his pants. Especially if you don't want that feature. Now, we got everything. You want him to grope you? A la carte. Yep. I've got a whole a la carte menu. But he's well lit up with cameras. So if you touch the wrong place, fine. Yep, fine. You get the bill, automatic. He just freezes up. And you need to pay the fine in order to get him moving again. Oh, you had fun with Sally? Oh, Guax, I'm so happy. Now, make sure she gets a good washing. Yes. Yes, even in the afterlife. Would you do that, Lisa? I don't think so. But I care for my husband, and you want him to make a mess in the kitchen? Hey, that's part of the rent. Yeah, that's part of the rental fees, Emily. So he'll do that automatically. Now, if you don't want him, a little credit card slot. No, we don't do coins. Too complicated. We'll give him a little credit card slot. So the menu will appear on his belly, and you can choose, like a vending machine, which a la carte special you want. Now, I will embellish the pecker, meaning I will make it worth your while. Men and women, he will be worth it, let me tell you. You want that feature? It's got even tricks. Tricks. Can't tell you about him yet because top secret. That's right. Top secret. Yeah, so here in California, we have carpool lane. So you must have two people. He's a great rider in the front seat. He's a great companion, right? Whether it's just for friendship, right? You can just talk to him. He will listen. For the first time in his life, he has learned to listen. Yep. Now, normally, he's not the greatest listener, but I am making the prize-winning Dan for the afterlife. You have to pay extra, yes, for not making a mess. A la carte. Dan, there's some things Dan does just because it's Dan. He likes ferns, so you always have to have a fern for him. Not big fan of gummies, but the fern. So he'll take a vape, that's fine. But he will eat in the kitchen. You have to have him a recliner so he can sit in. I'll pack his computer so he can take that along with him. And it's just gonna be like what he does at home. Yeah. Oh, you gave her a hug. Oh, so you like Sally to be warm. Got it. Instead of trying down your shorts. I will make my dream Dan, finally. Yes, my dream Dan. Could you imagine if we could do that to our husbands or your wives? whoever you want to embalm and keep them around. Yeah, we're renting, Dan. I gotta pay some bills. Salt Life 22. Crispy is no good. That can scratch the old pecker. Dried up seed in a sock. Ooh, guaco. That is like nails on a chalkboard. And blood. You don't want blood on the pecker. Shit. It's like send you to the emergency room. Well, sir, why does your pecker look like it's been mauled by a kitty cat? Well, what happened was, Sally, I forgot, I used the wrong Sally. I used Sally number 2, and she needed a good washing. Who's Sally? My sock. I have a different textured socks for my pecker to keep me warm at night, but this one had a little too much sauce in it, and it dried, and I forgot. And so the pecker hurt itself. I need Neosporin. I need lidocaine, and I need some stitches. Yes. I think it would be an investment. But now it just makes me so tired. Me too, Italian girl. But I love it because it knocks me out. Send him to Norway. He can shovel snow. Oh, that's an a la carte menu. Guaranteed. Yeah. Dan doesn't normally shovel anything, let alone snow. So, a la carte. A la carte. Probably worth the money though. A la carte, yeah. And make sure you pack all the junk food. No, I ain't packing that. That's up to the provider of the rental. Yeah, no. I'll give him his computer, his phone, and you are responsible for everything else. Now, not so sure if he would understand if the smoke was not a real fern, but you can try some parsley or something and see if he notices. I don't know if he has those capabilities. You know, I thought I saw something. You are responsible for the junk food. I told you, he is going to do what he does at home. The a la cartes are anything you need him to do. Now, he doesn't build, so don't ask him to build. There's no a la carte for that because I don't need any lawsuits for things not being done right. So, you know what I mean? So, no. He doesn't wash. So, speaking of, parsley doesn't work. But he's a robot aim, so he's a mechanical dead Dan. Yeah, can he wash when he knows how to somehow, so he could. That's an a la carte though, because he's used to sitting on his ass talking on the phone. So a la carte. So I was running a little late, right? We talked about the shirt issue. Remember, Andrew, whatever his name is, the other man in the house. You guys, I'm surrounded by men, Salinger men. Lord help me. Now, one of them I'm responsible for because he did come out of my vagina. But I can tell you something. Sometimes I see his daddy in him way too frequently, right? And we are trying to abort the mission on the daddy. We don't want him to have any of those traits that are not becoming or helpful. So I called Dan, right? Because I forgot to put the shirt in the dryer. You know what I mean? And I had to run to the tax person, and Andrew's calling, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot time constraints, on the shirt that he needed for his school concert or whatever. So I called Dan. Dan, I need you. I need you to put the laundry in the dryer. Now, if you walk in the house, keep going straight, and the first door on your left is the laundry room. The washer is closest to the wall, and the dryer is closest to the door. What I need you to do is open the door on the front of the machine. I need you to take out the clothes that are inside that are damp because they have just been washed. And I need you to open up the door of the dryer, put it in there, and press start. Make sure it's on the right setting. I can't hear you. This is all right, I'll put the clothes in the dryer, right? I get home, and he has it on fluff. fluff. No, it was on, but it wasn't drying. It was on fluff, whatever the fucking thing is. He put it in there, but he fluffed it. There was no heat coming in the apparatus of the shit. So Andrew gets home, and I'm thinking he did it, right? I'm thinking he's a smart, intelligent man. He's an attorney, for fucking Christ's sake, right? I didn't think I needed to second guess his work, right? So Andrew's like, comes in with his friends from music school, and Andrew's like, oh, is my shirt done? I said, it should almost be done. Let me go check on it. It's like stopped. I open it up, shit's just wet. It's wet. What the fuck? What? Did we not? We just put. So then I had to take everything out of the dryer and just put the shirt in there and put it on a rapid dry, hoping that it was, dry. That's why. Y'all. A simple task. Simple. How do we just press start? Like, can you look? There's a dial. It says normal. How was it changed? It's typically always on normal, or it's on extra dry that I do, because when I leave it sitting in there and I fluff it for 10 minutes. But it was on a completely different setting that I never used. Did he turn the dial to that thinking it was going to work? Everything was, Andrew, I need 10 minutes. And then I can't guarantee you that it's going to be dry. Dan. That's Dan. So now, mark this day down. Today's October 15th, 2024. Is it not? Yes. Mark it down, because when I say you don't even know where the laundry room is, this is the day he's going to say, well, remember when you put the stuff, you had me put the stuff in the dryer? This is the day. So when he brings this up, I do laundry. No. Grandpa would fucking flip out these days, right? Because there are dials on cars. He wouldn't even know what to do. What's this? Like, anyhow, so that's my husband. I can't even rely on him to do something and do it right. Y'all, and you wonder why I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And you wonder, right? You wonder why I go crazy sometimes. I remember driving home with my son's baseball pants out the window. I've done that too. Shit! Fuck! Well, it's hot outside, so it'll dry quick with soccer. Tiana is the epitome of clueless, especially when it has to do with house stuff. Like, he always talks about how he did, back in the day. Well, back in the day, it was so eons ago, like back in the dinosaur years. And I think he's forgotten the basics. Yeah. But I love him because he is he's very kind. He's very helpful. And he's just the perfect guy. I'm so glad I met him all those years ago. And I'm so glad that my mama and Ed brought us together as a family. Without them, I wouldn't have known a Dan Salinger, or any Salinger for that matter. They have graced me with their presence. They fill me up with gratitude, love, and kindness. And I am just so pleasured to have them touch me in ways at which some people do. I love my husband. He is the perfect specimen of a man. Now, all you ninnies out there, I can see why you're so jealous, because he is the man. He is Dan the man, and he has a plan. Now, some of those plans don't involve, like, moving much, but he's always there in a chair. Yeah, he's always there in a chair. He's always around, eating in the pantry. Yeah, he's always there and available if you need a shoulder to not cry on. He doesn't like to talk about bills, so I talk about it with you guys because it's too much stress on him. He doesn't like to talk about anything that needs repaired because that means money. So we prevent him and shelter him from life because he is having a hard time with the reality of life. But he is wonderful. He's there for me every day. He's supportive. He's kind. And he likes to put more work on me and stress. He is the perfect man. I have the perfect marriage, and y'all should be jealous because you should see him naked too. Now, he's very svelte. He just looks bigger because we got to keep the women off of him somehow. So we have to fit him up in a suit, a special suit designed for him to keep the ninnies away. Right? Now, underneath the facade, you will find a six-pack, pecs tight as can be, an ass so fine your eyes will bleed. Let's not talk about the penis. That is like the Adonis of all penises. Now, I have seen penises. I've seen lots of penises. Pictures, films, real life. Now, if you can ever say a penis is beautiful, you need to see my husband's. It is mesmerizing. It is convicting of love and touching. His body is so fine, so tight. We have to keep him hidden from the world because he is the Adonis. He is. Remember Greek mythology? Well, Edward and Joanne Salinger made the present day Adonis. But it's hidden because he has an attraction to most people, men, women, children, because of the beauty he exudes to the public. He's got a full head of hair. You wouldn't know it though because that's part of the daily mask we put on him. He interrupted my thoughts. I can't even anymore. He literally walked away. He was like, I don't even want to know. When I said Ed and Joanne made the real, true life Adonis, not just the mythological statue. But you know, you ever notice that the Adonis statue, his penis was small? You know, Dan, no, I just know what's underneath, Lisa. Nobody has seen his true makings except me. Now, the only time I will have sex relations with him is when the body armor and suit is off. Because it elicits tingles, it elicits mighty forces, and it elicits no foreplay at all. Just the mere look of him and standing right before me sends me into a fit of organisms, if you know what I mean. Multi-organisms, back to back. We have one of those heart stoppers, the heart chargers, because my heart stops in just gawking at the beauty that sits before me. I don't even need to be penetrated in order to have it, to feel it, to embrace it. I feel it in my soul. I feel it entering when it's not. That is the power of the Adonis. The Danonis. The Dandonis. He is the dandiest Dan of them all. He's so dandy. Oh, fuck. I can't. You can't make this shit up. I can. I apologize. But I promise you, what I see before me when I was trying to make, to have you see is beautiful. I don't know if I can say the O word, so I said organisms. I don't know. Origamis is normally. I just did. I could be a writer, I think. I think I could. I don't want to write, but I can just speak words and have people just write it down. The Adonis. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Fuck. Who's the beholder? Me? Am I the beholder? Am I the beholder of the beauty? So, like, if I'm beholding the beauty, I can... Well, what happens when you may not necessarily behold the beauty in your eyes? When you're trying to find the beauty, but you're the beholder, how do you switch it to find it? Does anybody have the answers to that? Am I the beholder? Oh, that's difficult. I don't want so. What makes us? You ever think about that? You know, we can all, there could be 5 of us, right? That broke my brain just even talking about it. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so difficult. We can all look at one person, right? There could be 20 of us on a panel looking, and all of us will have something different they see. We're all 20 different beholders, and we can be looking at the same person and all have different opinions about how that, why if we're seeing the same things physically, how come we all think different things? Well, Naomi, it's just the waist and in between the waist and the upper thigh. There's only one hole that they like. Some of them like 2, but no for me. But you ever think about that? How crazy is that? That, you know, we can all look at Bosa and some of you could be like, I just don't think he's that cute. What the fuck? And I think he's drop dead gorgeous. I wonder what that is. I wonder why that is. If we see the same thing. There's no 3 holes. Oh, you mean the mouth? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, if we're speaking about the mouth, Dan would much rather penetrate the hole. Dan is a very attractive man. Yes. Because you are the beholder of your own eyes, Linda. You are the beholder, but there are some people that don't believe Dan is attractive, right? Because they behold the different vision. Throat. No. So Dan knows, like, he would prefer one of the holes in between the waist, right? Waist and the upper thigh. Mine too, Jane. I just can't. TMJ will kill you. Well, it might hurt you. Not necessarily carry you, but men are babies. So if you have an episode in the middle of a lollipop exchange, and you can't move, and there's a clamp down on the tip, you ain't happy. You be crying like a baby, like you just were shot in the leg or something. Now, only one hole for me too. Only one hole for me. One hole. It just, and I don't even want to use it anymore. You know, the inside mechanisms of my body are not very nice. I'm beholding the look-see of my internal organs, and everything is dying. There should be no one-eyed snake entering that scary domain. That is like a haunted house of sorts. You got shit hanging, you got shit withering, you got shit gray. I don't even know if it's the right color anymore. There is always a questionable, what the fuck is happening in here? Like, you gotta think the penises might be scared. Have you ever thought about that? What about the penis's feelings? You can see you got one eye slithering in. Is it a scary location? Is it nice for you? Is it welcoming anymore? Is there a red carpet laid out for you? Or is it just kind of drafty, cobwebby, and just unhappy? There's no emergency door in my castle. No. Once you go in, you could be stuck. We don't have any emergency systems in there. There's no emergency systems. It feels like home. I don't know if mine is welcoming anymore. She's a little disgruntled. She ain't happy. Her ovaries, her tubes, her cervix, her vagina, and her endometrial walls are crumbling. Do you remember that song by Sheena E? Is that her name? Sugar Walls? I know, completely different meaning. They ain't sugar walls anymore. They aren't sugar walls anymore. Do you know what sugar walls is? It's like watermelon sugar high. It's like a watermelon sugar high that the men speak of. Sugar walls is the same way. There ain't no more sugar. The sugar is long gone. No more candy for you. Come spend the night inside my sugar walls. Do you remember that? She was speaking of her love muscles. Yeah. Do you know, it's really funny because I think we were more clever back in the day with music lyrics than we are today. Today we're just fucking like corn, you know? Get them in, get them hard, and pound them wide. You know, and it's like, y'all can be a little bit more discreet. I don't need the correct verbiage and the nastiness of the verbiage. Be gentle, be kind. You know, like Harry Styles. He sings a lullaby about the sugar walls. Call it watermelon sugar high. Now, who doesn't want to eat a piece of watermelon after listening to that song? I do. Crisp, cold watermelon with the crunch. I just imagine sitting there with Harry Styles on a checkered blanket in a picnic under a tree with the birds chirping in the background, eating watermelon. I mean, he's a hottie, right? Come on. He can eat my watermelon. Older women. Valentina just said she didn't think older women talk like this. Who is old in here, Valentina? What the fuck? Eat your words. That is nasty. That is unkind. And yes, us older women talk like this. Girl, I don't want to act my age. Acting my age is horrible. I am young at heart. Shit. Older women. Do you know how many older women are in here you just offended? Because the older women that show up every day love to talk like this. They love me to talk like this. Shit. We ain't dead. We ain't dead. Tell her we ain't dead. And some of them don't talk like this, but they wish they could, and that's why they tune in to me, because I say it for them. Oh, that was tough. I made it. Okay, girl, you don't know. Naomi, stop telling lies. Naomi's telling lies. Girl, Naomi said, girl, you don't know what us a 49-year-old woman can do in the bedroom. Get your facts 100%. Naomi's now telling lies. Naomi, don't tell her back in the day we tore it up, right? We tore it up. I did things back in the day that, Valentina, you probably haven't done in your lifetime. That's us women. Yeah, there's older women. But older women. What the fuck? Older women. Older women. Naomi's telling lies, right? Girl, you don't know what we can do. It's right. We like to go to bed when we get into bed. We don't want to be diddled. We don't want to be fiddled because we had our time. We were wild. We were explosive. We were horny back in the day. Girl, were we horny girls? Come on, tell her. We were so horny. Oh, Margaret's the horny one. Margaret and Jade. Margaret's 60 and she can't get enough. See, there's some of us that still want it, Valentina. Even in our 60s, girl, get it straight. The rest of us, not so much, but it's fine. We had our day. We had our moment to shine. Now, when I tell Dan, Dan says, I remember when, you better, because those were some good times, and they will never be repeated, because this old girl is not up for that shit anymore. I am vanilla. On my back, legs open wide. That's it. Yeah, with a little slap on the ass a couple times to Dan, a little pinch in the nipples. But other than that, that's as freaky as I get. You have the sucker. Yeah. And some of us don't want no real live man. We have the purple sucker, and that does just fine. Who needs a man anyway? You know, men always say that, you know, oh, you women need us. No. We don't need you. No, we've got USB support over here with Bob. Yeah. We got all shapes and sizes. We don't have to guess what's lurking behind those button flies. We know what we're putting in. Yeah, there's no secrets in that. Which size am I doing today? 8 or 12? Do I want a little thinner or girthier? Ooh, I want the one with the balls so it slaps. Anyhow, we have choices. We have things that we need as women with no men. We don't need a man. The minute they open their mouth, it's a fucking deflation of the clitoris. Oh, just don't talk. I was almost there. See? Don't have that problem with the toy. Sure as hell don't. Some of us are just fine. We don't need no man. Now, if Stephen wants a man though. And that's okay, Stephen. I'll give you mine. I'll give you mine. It's fine. He's up for rent. I'll give you a special deal, Stephen. We'll talk later. Just give me a call. Because I know I feel the loneliness inside you. So I'll give you 50% off. 50% off. Naomi, simmer down, girl. Simmer down. I've already had enough of your lies. And I'm first. And if he needs a new man, if Dan doesn't work, then you can give him yours. What's Lisa sliding down the pole? What did Lisa say? Yeah, Carla, I'm with you, girl. Just lay there. I am. I'm open for business. We had joy. Yeah, we had joy. We had fun. We had seasons with some corn. Lots of toys, lots of Uggs, lots of things to get us through. We had all-night parties with multiple people. We had visions, we had clothes, we had more Uggs for us. The Uggs help the inhibitions open up us wide and have multiple pleasures that we never knew possible. Yeah, anyhow. I don't know. All my man's good for is a heartache, a headache, and an ass ache. So, I don't, you know, I was a good wife. Even back then, man, I did shit I didn't want to do for him. Sacrifices again, sacrifices for his pleasure. I was like a sacrificial lamb on a post. Oh, Lord, I put in my time. I put in some effort. I used my body as a sexual vixen. Now, there were ulterior things that helped me do that, but it doesn't matter. We ain't talking about that. I did it. I did it. Wasn't happy about it today. I can't believe I did those things. What was wrong with me? Oh, Uggs. Shit, that's right. Anywho, been there, done that. I am retired. I'm retired. Just like Dan's retired from the law, I'm retired of the crazy younger episodes of fun. One hole only. One position only. And Bosa by my side. Yeah. Anywho, Uggs always got us. The Uggs always got us. The Uggs got me like in another dimension, right? I think that was the point about the Uggs. But I became a vixen. I was a vixen to no end. I purred. I clawed. I petted with my head. I touched things I wouldn't touch today. Yeah. You miss Uggs sometimes. I am too scared to do Uggs again, but I've dabbled a little bit. It's code word. can't say the real thing. Think what rhymes with Uggs. Yeah. Like what rhymes with organism or origamis. You know, a special little tinkling that happens down yonder. You know, you can't really say certain words, or I don't know what you're allowed to say in here. Anyhow. So much for Uggs. Cheers to the days of Uggs. Cheers to the day, the entertainment, the fun. It was fun. I'm glad I had it. I'm glad I did it. But I've done it, and I don't want to do it again. Rugs, yeah. Rugs, Uggs, whatever. Just, you know, yeah. I don't know. It's fine. I'm okay with it. I had a good time with it, right? I had a good time with it. I had a good time with it. So I'm happy with the experiences that I had. I'm happy. What rhymes with rugs? Shanus. Oh, this girl, she really gonna make me spell this shit out? Mom, my mom would say, if you can do it, you can say it. They've been long forgotten in my life. It kind of goes along with alcohol. Most people do alcohol and rugs, if you know what I mean. I can't make it any more obvious than that. Some people, put your listening ear. Are your listening ears on? What rhymes with rugs? What? Uggs are for soccer mom. Well, that was the first thing that came to my head, Stephen. Shit, I'm old. Valentina just said. Oh, it's fine. I had to give you shit for that. You're making me sweat. Oh, shit. I almost didn't want to stop. Y'all, I just got dizzy. Oh. Now I get it. Whew, that was hard work. I remembered less. Shit. I was having issues yesterday. Wanted to delete. I just deleted a whole bunch of people. YouTube is so complicated sometimes with trying to get things. I don't know. Anyhow. Oh, I'm tired AF and I can't say that word. You need schmugs? No, you made me laugh. Hi, Lynn, how are you? I'm totally with you. I'm 61, I haven't done that in over 23 years. I could care less, never did. Never. I didn't either, but, you know, when you are who you hang out with, right? And when your husband's one of the main people, fuck. But I still wasn't. I wasn't like, I'm not an over the top person. So I was always very cautious and very like, you guys should know how I eat my gummies. I'm like, I'll take a nibble first, then we'll work our way to the nibbles. Bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, a little bit better. I mean, it's better. Every day it gets better. So it's weird. It's still like that range of motion still kind of gives me a little lockup. It is too late. I do the gummies now, Mary, though. And it's, so it's wonderful. He would do that, Linda. He would totally do that. He loves that stuff. I don't want to, I don't want to fern. I don't want to vape it. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't like it. I don't like the incessant coughing and the incessant, like, it hurts. I don't like the, you know, I came back in at rugs. I don't know what mine are. I just, Dan goes and gets it now. I'm like, oh, if you're going, I need more of the one that, I like the one with the nerds on it. It's like my favorite one. This other one kind of gets me a little trippy sometimes. And I don't, like, I start getting more anxious on another one than I have. And I don't like that because we talked about that. If it doesn't hurt, you're doing it wrong. I know, Dan says the same thing, but his coughing drives me insane. Yeah, his coughing. Per week, so I ate 40 gummies in 6 days. Oh, God. I can't, what's that? I can't do the sound. That shit will kill you. The ong will make you up in smoke like Cheech and Chong. You know what I mean? So do you have a link to the thing you're standing on? Yes. Naomi, it's in my TikTok shop. It's in my TikTok shop. Yeah, the water vape. Walking in the morning. Oh, yay, Lynn. I love that. You guys make me so happy when just by me being here and you guys are like, hey, you're getting me walking. Even if it's to the corner store, GSR, I'm still proud that you're walking and using your 2 feet. I know because you've been drinking, so you have to walk to get the smokes, but still walking. It's still walking. So I'm proud of anybody who takes the... yeah, TikTok shop on my main page, Mrs. D Cell NorCal. I'm going to see if I can... I'm going to see if I can link it to my link tree so it'll take you guys there that are on YouTube. So you could just hit it and maybe it'll take you right to my shop. I added a whole bunch of other things on my shop. Chantel, that doesn't count. I added a whole bunch. Chantel's like, I'm walking to my room to make my bed. I'm very proud that you're making your bed though. Yes, because that's how you get your day started. Even though it's like noon for you. A little too late, girl. You got to make it right when you get up. The ong, it scares me. The ong, I remember the ong back in high school, and that shit took me out. Like, I was not well. No, thank you. Did you add no, because I need to try that. I'm a little worried about that. Well, that's why you're verklempt. Cha-cha. That's why you're always a mess, is because you don't make your bed. Now, if you make your bed first thing in the morning, I want you to try this. When you get up, because you were the last one out of it, make your bed. And you will see the day will be more organized. No, this, Jane, you need this thing. I'm at the store, but I'll bring you in. Be careful. Don't put me on speakerphone, because you never know what my mouth will say. It's dangerous. So I make mine. It is so nice. Oh, you know what I do have though, Lisa? Hold on. Do I have scientific evidence? Yes, I do. I'll talk to you about it later. I don't want to get into it just for one person. I do, Lisa, what am I thinking? I did experiment with something. So, this is you gotta be careful sneezing on this thing, because you got to make sure your composure stays, or if I sneeze, I could fall forward and hit my head. Yeah, so that was very tough. So I'm going to tell you, thank you. I'll take all the blessings because I need a lot. I need blessings and I need money. So if the blessings will give me money, then I'll be much happier. But is this bragging about having no money? Are we bragging about having no money? Anywho, I don't know. I don't know what bragging is. Now, I don't brag. I have nothing to brag about. Bosa. I can brag about my Bosa. Yeah, I'll brag about him. Shit, look at that package I gotta stare at every day. I'm bragging about, my piss would have fallen out. No, I'm telling you, I didn't squirt. Yeah, that's a whole nother situation. How's my ear? It's hurting again because I stopped. But that's magical shit. I'm trying to think about where I left off, but I'm so hyper-focused on the way things are jiggling right now, it's really interfering with my thought process. That protective cup. I don't need a protective cup. I am leak-proof now. Leak-proof. I was talking about my link tree. I was talking about my TikTok shop. I was talking about being broke and bragging. BB. Broke and bragging. That could be a new line. Broke and bragging. Bragging and broke. I'm on to something. I think. I am. On to something. I am. So yeah, no, Lisa, bad. I need to start doing this shit. Or something can blow out the back door. There's a lot that blows out the back door, and that's why it's not an entrance or an exit, because it's only for feces. With the leak, this has helped with the leak. And men, close your ears for a minute. And the women who are too touchy, maybe just don't listen. I'm going to tell you another thing. I believe it's also tightened the vagungung. And I believe that it has tightened the vagungung because I experimented yesterday. might not have been on purpose, but it was an experiment, and I'll tell you about it. So if you guys are queasy with the period talk, now's your time to abort the mission. I'll wait 5 seconds because you're 5 seconds in the rear. Anywho, so I'm going to tell you, not only did people had talked, because we were questioning whether or not it tightens the sugar walls, you know. Now I am convinced it tightened the sugar walls, and I'm going to tell you why. Yesterday, I'm bleeding heavy. It's heavy day. And I looked at the clock, and it was 1 o'clock. Now, some of you may say, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, because I put the tampon in at 7, and it was now 1. Yeah. So, not smart to do on a day that the second day is really not good, right? So, I kind of did a couple things. My Zoomies were yelling at me, and they're like, Danielle, would you go take care? So, eventually, by 2, I walked into my room, and well, let's just say it wasn't a pretty picture, but, bye, Darwin, but there was no leaks. And the super stayed in. Now, here's the theory behind that. The theory behind that is normally if I was in that same situation, the super would have slipped sometime before the actual removal of it, right, back in the day. But I'm saying, I think it is tightening the sugar walls as well as the bladder. So, there you have it. So, I believe not only is it helping the bladder, it's helping the sugar walls, right? It helps the lymphatic drainage. It helps with circulation. It helps loosen you up in times of stress, right? There's a lot. I resurrected the peck. Yeah, she's tighter. She's tighter. And I told you, normally supers just drip, right? They just, how many of you, a super kind of eventually after a few good gushes, you're like, yep, gotta go. It's only been 45 minutes, but yay, time to change that fucker again. Well, I had no idea it was a gusher. I had no idea it was soaked. I had no idea because it stayed intact exactly where I put it at 7 a.m. Normally that doesn't happen. So the sugar walls have gotten tighter. And that thing was saturated. I mean, by the time I took it out, everything was coming out with it. So, yeah, I think there's multiple benefits to the Marac. Yeah, the sugar walls and the bladder. So if you all need to be a little tighter, I resurrected her a little bit. I don't think she's like she was when she was 16. No, come on. But it's better than it was. And look, y'all women, after having multiple kids and just the pushing, the squirting, the things that create it to get stretched out and stuff, it needs a little rejuvenation. Yeah. So this is it. This is your answer. I got out of the bathroom and tell my husband it looked like a crime scene in there. I did too. You know, it's so funny because sometimes I leave it in the toilet just so Dan can see how horrible I feel, because I'm hoping that by the time he sees what's in the toilet, he will realize that I am dying internally. Yeah, but he doesn't. He just says, can you flush the fucking toilet? And I said, well, I wanted you to see my pain. I wanted you to see that my pain is in the toilet. This is what, if this has any rendition of how I feel and how it looks inside that toilet, it's like a murder scene. So you can only know with all that blood in the toilet, you should know that my body is not well. Yeah, I'm not well. It's not well. So then he asked me the other day, so how long is said period going to last? Like, are we looking to Friday? You know, like how long, when is said period? Well, does he listen to me at all? Does he listen to me at all? Because I have said, my body does what it wants to do. I have no control of her. She bleeds until she's done bleeding. And I said that. I said, bruh, she bleeds until she's done bleeding. I don't know. It used to be I was done on a Friday when I started. And he said, yeah, I love that question. And he said, you know, normally I could be like, oh yeah, cool. You know, Friday I start my, because he goes, well, aren't you on some pills or something? Shouldn't you stop it? And I said, well, yeah, I start my pills on Friday And what happens is she bleeds a little bit more. Yeah, she bleeds a little bit more. She decides when she wants to stop. I have no control, nor do my my pills have any control over when she's just gonna abort the mission and not. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I doubt he asked you that, like, stop women like you ate red flags. Justin, when you're trolling, be better with how you write things, because that made no sense at all. Sugar plum. Hi, Unky. I'm good. I have a headache. I have to go to Costco. I'm cranky to go to Costco. So, anywho, I don't know. I hate Costco, but I gotta get shit, I'm gonna try to do some arms. Don't lecture me. I'm gonna make it light. Just chill. Yeah, just chill for a minute. I'm gonna do it light just to get my arms a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. This doesn't hurt. Ew, God, I hate to go to Costco because it costs me a fortune. You think, oh, I'm going to go in and get just a couple of things. $500 later. And I'm supposed to, you two quacks, wash your sallies. And I'm supposed to, like, budget and shit. Fuck, I can't afford to go to Costco. I'm bragging about being broke again, y'all. I'm bragging about being broke. Oh, shit balls. At this point, I just laugh. Large bulls turn into big boys. Large bulls turn into large balls. Large bowls. Mommy. Only $500. That place is a money pit. Yeah. Last time, I felt so cheap, right? Let me tell you. I made a good thing. I should tell you. I can't leave that store under $350. It's true. And so bulks. What are you talking about? I went because I get my pet's pills through there, and so I went to get their flea and tick and heartworm shit, and they're like, okay, it's $402 or something. I was like, $402, and it was like they put, like, it was like $385 or something like that. I don't remember, but with tax and all that shit. And I was like, what? And they're like, oh, it's for the year. I'm like, what was I gonna say? No, I just want half. So that trip last time cost me like $900 because I had $400 of pet bills. I know, Linda, I just try not to look because I really can't spend money. I really can't spend money, said this person who Aviator Nation was just having a 20% off sale. Oops, I might have bought a couple things. And I really need an outfit. I really need an outfit for Nashville. Yeah, Costco is really fun. Everything's in bulk. And I have 4 kids and 4 dogs. I feel bad if I leave there with a $350 bill. I know, but I mean, it's food that lasts. I mean, you have to break it down, You have to really break it down and say it is kind of cheaper. I get the toilet paper there is cheaper, and dog food, and even the pet pills are cheaper. Ugh, and here comes Christmas. Ugh, I can't. I mean, Christmas this year is going to be tight. I say that every year. My kids are like, you always say that. I'm like, no, but this year is going to be extra tight. And they're like, yeah, you say that. You say that too. Oh my God. Lisa, really? Yeah, I bought, because one of my friends, I won't mention any names, but Heather had called me like 2 weeks ago, and she was like, girl, they have a Music City sweatshirt on Aviator Nation. And I was like, what? So then I clicked on it, and I wasn't going to buy it full price, right? So I was like, I really want it, but I'll wait. So then I get a notice that it was 20% off, fall code 20% off.
So I had to buy my Music City because that's Nashville. That's my hometown. So I had to buy it. And then I bought the shirt to go with it. Now I won't wear them together because I don't like to match like that shit. That's ridiculous. But and then I bought another hat because I love my hats. And I bought a red one this time. I'm really into the colors. So, shh. I got paid. I didn't get paid. I shouldn't be shopping. Yes, Nashville, Tennessee is my hometown. Yeah, well, the 3-year-old, Santa can come for the 3-year-old, but everybody else can just get coal and you just tell them they were bad. Um, so, anyhow, it is what it is. I should, at this point, it's like, just bend me over. I'm shooting money at my ass. So if anybody wants some, just stand behind me. How do you do Christmas for your kids? These days, just, these days, I said, things are different, you guys. Here's money. You know, Hannah will say, okay, how much money do I get to spend? And Hannah then will order all her gifts. And then Jennifer, well, whatever. You know, as they get older, I'm like, I don't need to do that, right? I don't need to do that anymore. I mean, I fucking pay for the lives anyway. Like, what does it matter? I shouldn't be spending. Now, Andrew accidentally reoccurred his ski pass this year. So that's what he's getting, is his ski pass. Yeah. 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 So ski pass. And I'll probably do like that. Like, so now it'll be more like, you know, just like little stockings for them with like incidentals, like things that they need. So I don't know. This year is going to be different. They don't really need, I mean, anything. Like Hannah's still like a little kid. I'm like, girl, you're going to have to stop. Like, you're old. This shouldn't be happening. I should just give you money and you should you know, like what? Times are changing, you know? And I said, Hannah, what do you think is going to happen when you have kids? You're not getting presents. Your kids will get presents. It's not about you anymore. You're adopting a family. Can you adopt me? Can you adopt my family? I'm broke. I'm bragging about being broke. Dan? Does Dan like to spoil them? Oh. Do you know who Dan is? No, Dan does not like. I will be the adopted family, y'all. Thank you. Maybe so. What? But so. Does Dan like to spoil his kids? In what universe? No. I'll send your son stories. I love watermelon. Yeah, and spoil the grandbabies. I agree, but I don't have any grandbabies. Not yet, anyway. But no, Dan does not spoil the cat. He would die if he knew how much money. Does he know who they are? That's the question. You're right, Mary. Does he even know who his kids are? No. He didn't birth them. He didn't grow them. I don't think he still knows he has kids and he still supports them at this point. No. And if Dan knew how much money I spent on his kids, he would shit his pants. Now, Dan claims to never ever shit his pants nor shart in his pants, but this would create a shart episode or full shit. I don't know. But no, the mother does. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what our bills are every month. You know, all he says, Dan says, well, you're the one who spends all the money. You mean I spend the money to support your family? So you're putting that on me? Well, I don't spend it. What? Huh? So now I'm getting accused of spending all the money. Like I'm sitting there spending on it like I'm at Tiffany's and Louis Vuitton every day and shopping. What? How is that fair? Well, I don't spend any money. Bullshit. You go out to lunch every day. You go to the gas station every day. You go to CVS every other day. You are contributing to the spending of the fucking money. You are going to the candy shop, the adult candy shop. right? Yes, fine, I'm getting stuff too now. But still, don't say you don't spend any money. I hate that. It triggers me to no end. Well, I'm not spending any money. Well, no, because you don't pay the fucking bills. Yeah, all the time. It's you spending it. I mean, you need to cut back. So he says, well, if we ain't saving for retirement, then you need to cut back. I need to cut back. I need to cut back. Motherfucker, you tell me how to cut back. How to cut back. And take my gambling out of this. How do we cut back? Well, if we have to cut the kids off, we cut the kids off. Okay, well, you tell them that then. You tell them they're all cut off. They're going to have to pay for their car insurance. They're going to have to pay for their phones. They're going to have to pay for their groceries and their gas. Okay, well, they're not going to be able to live. Well, then they're going to have to figure it out on their own. All right, well, you tell them then. You be the Grim Reaper and you crush their dreams, their hopes, and their needs. Because I'm not going to do it. So what now? Where else are we going to cut back? Well, where? Please tell me. Our SMUD bill? Well, you like the house cold, so can't cut back there, right? Groceries? You eat a lot. Grandpa eats a lot. Andrew eats a lot. Can't cut back there. Don't buy toilet paper. Sorry, I'm cutting back on the toilet paper. We have bidets, so he shouldn't have to use a roll of toilet paper a day, right? Yeah, I'm not going to do that because I know they couldn't survive without our help, right? Groceries are insane. Gas here in California is insane. You know, maybe you shouldn't have quit your job as an attorney. How about them apples? Put aside the gambling. I said that. Don't you ever take away my gambling. My only thing that keeps me sane. What if we sell Dan to a nice lady in another country? I'm willing to give him away. Yeah. 2 rents and armor. It's 3 households of utilities and foods. Yeah. It's a lot. And cars. 5 cars. I have 5 cars. 5 cars I pay for. I also pay for 6 phones. Yes, I have 5 in my family. Don't ask me. I won't tell you. I would love to tell you, but I can't. But we're paying for an adult's phone. Not my kids. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. It's great. It's great. Yeah. On the sugar. The sugar watermelon. Fuck. I'm so irritated. Told people our son was 19 when he was really 25. Going about my husband's retired. Yeah, Jane, don't even. I pay everything. Yeah, they couldn't afford it. I mean, they can't afford it. I mean, Jennifer's paying for school, so she can't afford it. Like, I pay for her groceries and I pay for her gas and her phones and their car insurance. She pays for her medical now because she has a good job. But until she passes the bar and gets a real job, yeah. Or stops paying for school, which is another 1.5 years. So I just only need to win the lottery. And then I can pay, like it would be nice. Like I was thinking to myself, I could totally pay off Jennifer's car and then she would have an additional $300 a month. She doesn't have that much left. But I can't even do those niceties, right? Because I'm bragging about my costs of repairing my rental. Yeah. That is dilapidatingly falling things that needed to get fixed in emergency situations. But yet I was bragging about it. So anyhow, I mean, and if I didn't have to do all that, I could have probably paid it off and just said, hey, I know you need the extra money. Here, I just paid off your car, early Christmas present, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, right? And so, but I can't, because I can't do that. It's just not anymore. So we would separate from his wife. It wasn't for their kids. Told us he would separate for his wife. Jesus. So I think having a rental would be such a pain. It is. It's really a pain in the ass. I mean, because it's like any house, right? Eventually there's going to be issues, right? With houses, just like mine right now with the roof, certain areas. And I have to pay for that. And there's so many things that I have to pay for that bank accounts are going to be very low coming soon. So, do we make money off of YouTube? Yes, I make money off of YouTube. This is my work. This is what I do. This is me contributing to my family. Social media, the abuse, yeah, and the loveliness, all tied up in one. No, I love it. I love it. I can, it's still not easy, and I hate when people say that. They're like, oh, you just get paid for, no, it's not. It's stress, there's stress to it. Shoulder's much better, Dawn. Thank you. But it's still, it's cyclical. Social media is cyclical. It's not like you can count on a certain amount of money every month, right? You can't do that. It goes up and down based on your views and based on everything else. So you can't rely on that. So, you can't rely on that. But yes, I am contributing on my social medias and helping my family. Yeah. Yeah, Naomi. It's with the well, you put yourself out here. Yeah, I do, for the people who like it. Not for the people who don't. But yeah, no, it's fine. I think it's fun, and I'm trying. It's just, you do. It's like the thing you save all year, and then you have to write a check. And you think, yes, I'm finally going up. Finally doing it. Yay! I don't know. It's life, right? You can't take it with you. Although my kids keep reminding me that they would like some. And I'm like, shit, at this rate, they're not going to be any left. I know. And I do too, Louise. I think for me, my biggest accomplishment is being able to provide for my kids. Being able to allow them the lack of stress that they need because I can help them, And yes, it sacrifices, right? It takes away from me and what I need, but I'm fortunate to be able to do that. Barely, but I can. And like I said, I would love to pay off my daughter's car, right? I would love to pay it off. But I can't because the situation's not arising itself because of all the turmoil with my rental. I mean, it's been one issue after another. Now, granted, this rental is over 100 years old. So, we were buying time we've owned it for 10 years, I think, 10-ish years, maybe 11. So we were buying time on a lot of these issues anyway. So we were lucky it lasted this long without some major, but now it's just major. It needed it. So if we decide to sell it or whatever, but I love getting rental. One time we had too many rentals and I dealt with it all too. And it was stressful for me. Again, it's stress, it's added pressure, it's added money. It's all this money that, you pay out to fix it, It's like, at what point do you sell it and say, be done with it? I don't know. I think my kids know. I think my kids are very respectful. I think my kids will give back. Not that I expect them to, but I know I know they're very appreciative of the help we can give them and that we're still doing it because eventually, like I told them originally, that's Bosa Nick. He's my friend. He's my boyfriend. He's my side piece. Yeah. I think, originally my plan was, when you're done with undergrad, you're done, right? You're done. And it just never worked out that way. They were never done. And my plan was, and then Dan gets suckered in with Jennifer, and then, I get suckered in with Hannah, and, it's hard to go to school and support yourself. I mean, it just really is. And I don't want them to have loans. Dan doesn't want them to have loans. I mean, hold on, let me restate that. I said they should have loans now. If they spent all their money in their college funds, then they should take on the loans. And guess who said no? That guy in there, the Adonis. He said, no, I don't want my kids having loans. So if we can help them, we are going to help them not have loans. I want them to be able to graduate. I want them to be able to finish grad school. And I want them to be able to not have debt. So whose fault is that? That one wasn't mine. That one was not mine. That one was not mine. That was his. And if you do for one, you got to do for the other, right? So what do? You sit and you sacrifice and say, well, what the fuck? Adonis, yeah. So and that's life. That's just life. Yeah. And they don't want to. So any problems with squatters? No, because it's rented. Yeah. Yeah, and Margaret worked 3 jobs to send her oldest to Northeastern. So, we do it because we want to. If I didn't want to make Andrew's lunch, I wouldn't make it. If I didn't want to do anybody's laundry, I wouldn't want to do it. But I want to do it because that's what I feel is my job. And if I can do it, I'm going to do it for as long as I can. I said the same thing, Robin. I mean, you're preaching to the choir right here. I told Dan that too. I said, even if they took out a little bit of a loan, it helps them, it teaches them responsibility. But he's like, I don't want my kids to have loans. All right, well, then you make the bed, What do you want me to do with that? I can't do anything with it. So I lost that argument. So now, whatever. Yeah, how I show love too by taking care of all the turds' needs. And I do. Like, I take them all. I take care of all of them. It is, Bella, it's hard to stay afloat. And that's why, because Dan said, right? Because Dan said, it's hard enough for them to survive, right? In this world today. So if I can help them in any way, I will do my best. So our kids are fortunate, right? They're lucky that they have a dad, who has been very, strong on his belief to support him. But yet, wants me to be the bad guy. Say, sorry. No, you can do that. If we're cutting them off, you tell the devils. I ain't. My kids have credit. Yeah, my kids have credit. Hannah she did FFA, so she took out loans for FFA. Same with Andrew, so they have credit. Jennifer has a car loan. They have their own credit cards that they paid off. Yeah, so they're establishing their own credit. I scrub my shoes and let them soak, but the PP still. Yeah, Liggy, it's hard. I'm constantly thinking of ways to, to brand and to, venture out and to get bigger and to maybe, I'm constantly, because I need to succeed, right? I need to succeed for my kids, and for my family and to help my family, right? As for myself, right? Dan stopped working, which was our primary income. And now he needs me to help, right? I mean, he can't do it all on his own. Social media is cyclical. It comes and it goes. So, you can make a killing for half a year and then you could peter out and then it goes up and down. So he can't do it by himself. So I have to help contribute. And so I'm helping, right? I haven't made money like that in years. So, and I'm making more than I would in my original job. So, as crazy as that seems. He was a criminal attorney. Yeah, criminal attorney. Personal injury too. Sorry, my parents are in their 70s and still working, but they like it. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind doing this. I like this work. This is fun work. It allows me to have time in the morning. It allows me to to vent and to talk about the shit that we deal with every day. It allows me to meet new people. It allows me to have a voice. It's fun. Yes, it's frustrating at the same time, but it's fun. And you got to keep things moving all the time in social media, right? You got to keep changing it up, because when you remain stagnant, right, that's when things start dropping. Was I on board with Dan quitting law? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was security, It was money, It was security. And yeah, no, I mean, that was our biggest, that was our life, and I set my own schedule. Yeah. And I can work all the time. I can work little bits. I can, no, Dan really hasn't worked in years. And we have been so fortunate, because of his success, to have things to keep us afloat, right? Or else, so if things were different, situations, yeah, we would be in a different boat. But no, him not working for years has put us in a different situation, right? Our investments that we had, we don't have them all anymore. Because of why? Because he chose not to work. Because of, whatever issues he had, right? For him and his health and all that stuff. And so, yes, it put a strain on the family, the financial family dynamic. Yes, it put a strain. So, now that we're making money again, it's nice, but we still have a lot of catch up to do, We have a lot of catch up. We aren't where we were 5 years ago. We're a lot less. So, because of that, he's stressing out about retirement because he thinks he's dying first. So he's stressing me to save so that way I can maintain, and do things, right? But it's like, it doesn't work that easily when, we went from, to and then having to replenish, the things that we lost along the way, the money, because you have to survive, you have a family you have to take care of. And yeah, I guess the positive side is, he planned and we had enough investments to keep us afloat and still have some left. Yes, but we're in not the same situation as we could have been. Right. So, would I ever consider doing a podcast? This is kind of a podcast, so that's why people always say that, well, why don't you do a podcast? And, I mean, is it any different really than what I do every morning or, on my shows at night? It's kind of my own, or my, my additional social medias, like my Patreons and all that stuff, or, I try to make it more of like a vloggy type of a thing with some additional things. And I just don't think that you would benefit any more from a podcast, because I say everything, maybe if I did a podcast, I would cut back on lives, but at the same time, I don't see how a podcast would be any different than what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be so redundant, and I don't know. I just think this is kind of my way to, see questions and talking to you guys and, responding and helping you guys with other things, Yeah, it's the same, but podcasts are the same way, I don't know. I just like the banter. I like to see everybody. I'm not one of those people that, yeah, the income is horrible. I'm not one to talk by myself, right? I feed off of you guys. So my whole shtick, if you call it, is off of my audience. So I come on every day and I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I have no idea. Some days you guys don't give me much to work with and I got to, pull it out of my ass or something like that. But I'm not one just to talk. Now, if I had somebody that I can banter with, for 30, 40 minutes, yes, I could do it. But I don't think I could just sit and talk for 30, 40 minutes without seeing and reading and, responding to trolls or, anything else. So, yeah, the guests. But I mean, you can technically have guests. I mean, I could add people, you know. Um, it's very valuable to connect with women who are in their 50s. Yeah, I think, well, Noelle, and see, this is the thing we talked about, right? Is that the redundancy, right? And people love Ed. People love Ed, right? And I'm not going to say that. So, sorry, the garbage cans are here. People love Ed, but nothing really changes, right? It's the same. It's Groundhog's Day over and over again with us. It doesn't matter, right? Ed is Ed. A lot of people get tired of it because, some people, sometimes the comments are like, oh, same thing every day. Well, no shit. That's what dementia is, especially in our life. He's very routine with his dementia. Nothing much changes. Jesus. But, my platform is different. My platform, I have branched out to not just Ed, right? I do a wide variety of things while caregiving and taking care of my family and, everything else. So I've broken out of just the mold. But what does Dan have? He just has the mold. He has Ed. And that's pretty much what he does. And it's like, what are you going to do? I know, right, Jane? I was like, what the hell? What are you going to do when he passes? Because you have to make money. Like, there's no more safety blankets anymore, of not being able to just not make money. So, what are you going to do? I have gone out, right, of the mold. I came into the mold, right, of Ed, and then I kind of, once people started to trust me and enjoy me, right, I came out of that mold and can do just more than just Ed. And that's what I worry about, right? And I think that's why his worry is so, you got to figure it out. And I'm thinking to myself in my head, well, you should figure it out too, because you need to learn to branch out. You need to learn to branch out and get beyond your dad to keep your followings, So yes, it's a worry. It's social media. We could die tomorrow. We're relevant as long as we can be. But, it is what it is. It's making money right now, and we can literally pay our bills. Pay our bills. That's it. Everything else, well, not yet. But yeah, it's just life right now. It's just not as secure as it once was. Yeah. And especially when you have life changes and you have to delve into your, investments and stuff for retirement. And, that's what you save for, is for emergencies. And we've had emergencies. And so we're just less fortunate than we were. Yeah. And working our ass off now today to make sure that we can stay afloat. Yeah. He could always go back to law 100% if he needed to. I always feel like my husband has made all the decisions. I hate shit. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is that, I hated being at the mercy of him, right? Because I was a stay-at-home mom, right? And then all of a sudden one day he was just like, yep, can't do this anymore. And it was like, what? Like, you're the sole provider of the family. How does that work? How do you just not work? Like, how does that happen? What is going on? We can't just, what, huh? And having just to be able to say, sorry, figure it out with what we have. And then we've, had to sell houses and stuff like that to our safe cards which I was kind of thankful to get rid of them, but not thankful that the money's been gone, And it just makes things a little less secure, right? A little less secure. So I have immense PTSD from money in general, because for so many years I was given a certain amount, right, from an investment and saying, make it last. Make it last. There's no guaranteed income, so make it last. So I have a harder time letting go of money because I know how hard it is to get, and it scares me. It scares me, quite honestly. I beg mine to retire at least once a week. He says he's not. She's getting her master's. Wow. A loaf of bread is $1 million. Yeah. More stress. It's more stress on me, especially with all this shit that's compiling, you know? I got to fix my roof before the holidays, right? I got to fix the rental. I can't let it just crumble, you know? I got to pay taxes or else Uncle Sam's not going to be happy. And I got to pay my bills. And it gives me immense stress because of the last 5, 6, 7 years of, you know, YOLO. Scary, scary. That's reality. That's life. And I'm sure many of you have experienced the same thing. And we just try to grin and say everything will be okay. Floor for years now, always something else to pay for. I know, Brady. And what about my stairs? Y'all, I ripped my stairs apart. Not thinking of all the work I needed to do at my rental. My stairs, you know how long those are? Yeah, so my stairs will be wood for a very long time until, you know, I hit the lottery or something. So yeah, Brady, I get it. My upstairs floor is gonna be, oh, nice, Leslie. My upstairs floor is going to be wood, plywood. It's a new look. All the houses are doing it. Because now I can't afford to fix the things that I needed to fix. Only my roof, because that does. It's just staple. Rugs down. I'll just put one of those red carpets, you know, just to go up and Andrew's like, Mom, are we ever going to get this? Are we going to ever stop? Are we ever going to fix this? I'm like, not now. The rental has cost me way too much money. Way too much money. Shit. The rental was just a lot of work that needed to be done. Yeah, like carports taken down, rebuilt, siding that is dry rot and falling off, windows that, yeah, water heater on the verge. I said, make that work until we can get some money back. Stairs going off to a loft that were rickety and about, yeah, it was one thing after another. Yeah. Ooh, Danielle. Oop. I'm like, can you stop finding shit? Working in the legal field is really stressful, and I'm sure Dan took the best decision for his health. Yes, but, you know, I mean, that's the thing. There's a huge but in that. There's a huge but in that. Come on. I mean, yes, for his health, but now he puts pressure on me because of the but. So, right, gotta save, because we spent our retirement. Gotta save. Well, we're not making enough to save. But, yeah. So, once I fix the rental to almost brand new, I'd sell it. Well, it's not almost brand new. There's still a lot more issues with it. So, that house is supposed to be our retirement home. Because of property taxes and are like nothing and so on and so forth. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not ready to leave my house yet, but I'm kind of thinking I would just like to sell it at some point, yes. But I don't know. Dan doesn't want to do that. Yeah, but so yeah, so that butt put us in a lot of financial, stress, and still is. We haven't come out of that financial stress. So yes, I'm stressed. And I'm one person carrying all that. So yes, for his health, but everything else that comes along with it is a huge but, because now I got to do it, deal with it. Bye, Jazz and Kel. Have a good one. So welcome to my life and my broken bragging. Yeah. So anywho, I'm hustling as much as I can, and and I think I'm doing a really good job of trying to keep everything in tow. My sanity, and and all of the shit in combined. So yes, needless to say, both of our plans are to keep going with content, right? I just don't know what Dan's going to do for content. I have set myself up for many different avenues of content, right? I have many different many different things. We always have the Dan and me content, which a lot of people love that. I have my shit, my whatever I do. I've morphed myself out of the mold. I just worry what he's gonna do. He does not look at the numbers, and it costs a lot. Yes, it does, and the upkeep. Yeah, love you, Jane. Have a good day. But anyway, I gotta go. I gotta do some Costco. I gotta go spend money. Can't get away with spending money. Need food for the house. Need milk for Ed. Need cereal for Ed. We need food. Have a contingency plan. My contingency plan is selling my labia. Yeah, contingency plan is selling my labia. So, if all else fails, I will be naked on another channel. Can Ed contribute financially? No. Yes. So, all else fails, the labia are ready to present themselves. So stay tuned. But you got to pay big money for them. Anyhow, all right, guys, love you. Tonight will be a member live at some point between 4 and 5, depending on how I'm Ed and the whole kit and caboodle. But love you guys. Have a great day. I enjoyed it as always. You guys are my stars. You guys are my reason sometimes to get up and get moving, or I'd probably still be inside dreading everything. So thank you. I'll see you guys. And Christy, if you're still here, I'll text you.